The self-proclaimed crypto king Aydin Pleterski likely won't be able to walk away from his many debts, at least for now. Pleterski is accused of taking tens of millions of dollars from investors.
Flashy cars, luxury vacations, private jets, and tens of millions in investor money. But behind the flex, a house of cards. He is responsible for one of the biggest scams in crypto history, betraying everyone and even his own family, convincing them to invest their life savings, only to scam them millions of dollars. But how did he do it? And where is he now? This is the rise and fall of Canada's most infamous crypto fraudster, Aydin Pleterski. 6 a.m. The first rays of sunlight hit a $45,000 per month lakefront mansion in Ontario. Outside, a convoy of supercars you can ever think of, Lamborghinis, McLarens, Ferraris, lined up like trophies. Inside, a young man in designer clothes, scrolling through messages on 3 different phones. Every notification, another investor begging for a piece of his magic. Aydin smiled. The show was working. At that time, Aydin was a student at Fanshawe College, studying cybersecurity. But classes felt slow and boring. Crypto felt very fast and exciting. He took a decision that will change his life forever. Dropped out of college, obsessed with money, and he began offering to invest small amounts of money for friends and family. His trades looked good. The word spread, the money followed. By early 2021, Aydin was running a company with no licenses, no oversight, and no limits. His pitch was simple: trust me and you will get rich. And the numbers seemed to prove it. Friends went around telling people that he was making a lot of money. Social media turned into a flex of wealth. Private jets, cars, stacks of cash, poolside cocktails. The lifestyle was good, and this was a big opportunity for him. But the big question is, how is he making all of this money? Aydin convinced people to invest in his crypto opportunity by promising huge returns in a short amount of time with little to no risk. However, the money was never actually invested. Instead, Aydin kept most of it for himself. He used a portion of the funds to pay early investors, making it seem like the system was working. When these early investors saw large profits, many of them chose to reinvest their earnings, thinking the business was legitimate. Some even told others about the opportunity, believing the profits were real. In reality, the early investors were being paid with money from new investors. This is a classic Ponzi scheme. It's a simple but effective scam that preys on people's greed. However, it depends on a constant flow of new money. Once new investors stop coming in, the entire system collapses. But the question is, what could possibly go wrong? Anything can go wrong at any time, but Aydin didn't think that way, and he was ready to spend all this money on his lifestyle. 10 a.m. in Miami, Aydin filmed himself stepping off a jet. In London, he posed in front of a rare McLaren. In Toronto, he handed his father the keys to a Bentley. For his mother, a Porsche. Every gesture, every image was part of the pitch. Look how far I've come. You can do it too. The more Aydin posted, the more people wanted to give him money. The illusion was feeding itself. Not long ago, his story began to take a dark turn in the shadows. Cracks were forming. In the summer of 2022, investors started asking questions. Some couldn't withdraw their money. Others were promised returns that never came. Civil suits followed. Hundreds of investors claimed losses. Police launched an investigation. Financial regulators moved in. Trustees opened the books and found chaos, missing funds, hidden assets, and the dark secrets that shocked the investigators. Within a single year, Aydin Pleterski received over $41 million from the total of 150 investors. However, only $670,000 of this sum was actually invested. Of the remaining funds, approximately $16 million was used to repay early investors, likely to sustain the illusion of a profitable venture. Alarmingly, the largest portion, $24 million, was spent financing Pleterski's lifestyle, which reportedly included luxury cars, private jets, designer clothes, and lavish vacations. The officials had no other choice but to declare Aydin Pleterski bankrupt in August 2022. Search warrants were issued. Bankruptcy trustees managed to recover and return assets totaling approximately $4 million, including luxury vehicles and a drive with cryptocurrency. $20 million still missing. The whereabouts of these missing funds remain a mystery. Some believe Pleterski may be hiding assets or stashing money in undisclosed locations. but no definitive evidence has surfaced to confirm this theory. Then came the night everything changed. December 2022, Aiden disappeared. A missing person was reported. The question is, where exactly is Aiden? December 2022, Aiden was kidnapped and insulted by some of the angry investors who had decided to take justice into their own hands. Aiden's swollen face and trembling apology were caught on video.
Everything that happened is my fault. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody else. I'm not going to try to put the blame on anybody else. I feel humiliated. I feel disgusted in my actions. I feel disgusted in what I did. After 2021, I feel like a lot of it was illegal. All these guys that are owed the money, I'm going to do what I can do to make it right. I'm going to call each and every one of you individually.
The clip went viral, shared everywhere. For years, he was seen as confident and untouchable, but now the mask had fallen. The world watched in shock. Some were angry, others were heartbroken. His fans were confused. Everyone had questions, but Aiden had no answers. Just a shaky voice and a bruised face. The illusion was gone. His perfect image collapsed overnight. No more control, no more clean headlines, just truth, pain, and chaos. Now it was survival. 3 days later, he was released with a threat that he needed to come up with some money fast, specifically $3 million. He returned, tired, shaken. He looked smaller somehow. No camera crew, no followers, just Aiden. May 14, 2024, Aiden was arrested for the alleged investment fraud involving millions of dollars in money laundering. But after his parents had paid $100,000, a judge granted his release on bail under strict conditions. No passport, no crypto, no finance-related posts. The crypto king of Canada, Aiden Pleterski, is now a free man. Despite the ongoing bankruptcy proceedings and even after being released on bail, Aiden couldn't resist the spotlight.
One thing that I was taught from a very young age, never say no to money. Never say no to money.
He returned to social media, posting live streams. He even refused the allegations.
Is the RCMP after you? No, because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do shit wrong.
Every post is a fresh insult to the victims he had scammed.
Can someone explain why people invested 40 plus million in a kid that plays with Lego? Bro, I don't know. Why don't you go and ask them? I didn't even ask them for any money either. I didn't ask nobody.
The investigation found that he made over $20 million from this scam. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Many people who invested millions didn't report their losses because they were using illegal money. If they opened a case, it would have brought attention to themselves and raised questions about where their money came from.
Bro, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the story, I'm telling you guys. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg. This story is ridiculous.
If these speculations are true, Aiden could have made more money than anyone could ever imagine. Nobody really knows about his current activities. Some speculate that he may be laying low, while others fear that maybe, just maybe, he could be busy with other scams.